Alright, so I'm Gavin Kalista, and I'm a freshman at Belton New Tech. And well, I'm taking a little journey through Imagination Land. Now, imagine you're in a room, and there's a table. And on that table, there's a cookie. Now, everybody loves cookies. So you walk up to that cookie, and you're like, I want that. So you're about to go bite into that delicious chocolate chip cookie, and then another person walks in. So you being the intellectual, civilized person you are, cut the cookie in half. Now you both have a half, everybody's equal, everybody's happy. And before you get to bite in again, 2 more people walk in. Simple enough, cut into a fourth. Then 4 more people walk in. You know, it's a little easy. Eighths. And then 8 more people walk in. That's 16ths. 16, 32. Now, try and divide 32 pieces of one cookie to 32 different people. It's not gonna work. Now, what are you gonna do when 32 more people walk in, right? And that's kind of how it is now, because the people who want a cookie who don't have one are gonna try to take. And the people who have it are gonna protect, and that's conflict. And that's how it is nowadays, and you can kind of guess by now, my topic is overpopulation. Now, what is overpopulation? So I got this. In our world, we have a set amount of resources. There's not more resources coming in from other worlds, and we're not getting some alien godly help. We only have a set amount. And we're outweighing that amount by the amount of people we're having. The amount of babies that are coming in, the longer the life expectancy grows, you know? So we're gonna run out. And that's what I'm talking about now. So these are the population amounts for the countries, right? So China's leading with 1.3 billion, India coming close second with 1.2 billion, and United States of America coming close third with only 300 million. So what are we doing about it, right? Well, so China, being 1.3 billion people, came up with a smart plan, and they thought was going to change all of it. The one-child policy. Now, the one-child policy was an idea that began in 1978 through 1980, and they put it in effect for quite a while, actually. So in 2007, only 30% of China's population was allowed to have one child, whereas the rest of the civilization was allowed to have more children, because they thought, you know, only a portion of us have to go through it, right? So he's all happy, but with this, here's the dilemma. So when you have a girl, and she grows up and marries a boy, what happens to her last name? It disappears, because she marries the boy and takes on his name, right? So there goes your family lineage's name. So the parents wanted a boy, right? So if they had a girl, if they had enough money, they'd abort it. And if they didn't, they'd either abandon it at birth, or worst case, they killed it, right? So over 400 million births were prevented. And of that 400 million, about over like 80% was female. So as you can guess, with the amount of female killing and boys began to rise, girls began to fall, boy to girl ratio not working out, you know, people weren't having enough people to marry. So China did the second best thing they could think of, the 2-child policy, right? Smart. So the 2-child policy began about 2015, and what it was is, if you had a girl for your first child, you were allowed to have a second child, and you better hope that was a boy. Now, if it wasn't a boy, well, you're in the same situation as the 1-child policy, but they gave you an extra chance. And so that brings me to my next topic, right? Water. Now, water is life, essentially, because you need water to live, and that's how all organisms are. So you might think water shouldn't be a problem because almost our entire Earth is made up of water, because we have a lot of water, right? But of that amount of water we have, only 97% is salt water, and 3% is fresh water. And of that 3%, 67% of it is frozen, as in glaciers and the North, South Pole, frozen areas, right? And of that, 27% is about groundwater and all that good stuff. And then only about 0.3% is lakes and fresh water. So this is a chart of all of our populations over the years. So in about 2013, we had 7 billion people, and we're having lots of water issues, such as people are dying from waterborne diseases, and most of the people that die, around the 200 million that die, kids under like 5 years old, because they're young, their immune systems aren't built up yet, and they can't fight the bacteria in the dirty water they have to drink and live. and about 800 million people are living without clean water, and they use dirty water. They don't have toilets because why waste clean water on that? And according to the UN, that's not good. So with water issues that we have now, what will our future look like if we stay the course we're sailing, right? So, like I said, in 2013, we had 7 billion, but according to this graph, in about 2050, we're gonna have around 9 billion, and that's not good. So, like this kid's last meal, our cookie's crumbling. So what are we gonna do about it? Thank you.